Hello, it's Sunny. As you already know, you can tell, oh, my laundry's done. Score! I am on a mission to find my next book, Hyperfixation. I want a 5-star book so badly. I've never wanted anything more bad in my entire life. So many books that I want to read. Too many actually, that I decided that I'm gonna write down a list of all the books that I think have 5-star potential, and then we're gonna go through the list and pick the book. You must stay focused, brother. Okay, the list is this long. I did in fact start reading one book, so I think it's gonna be the first book in this video. However long it takes, literally however long it takes. It ain't over till it's over. Love Redesigned by Lord Asher. All the books, by the way, you guys know I'm a pathological mood reader. I don't know what genres I'm gonna read. It's literally a variety of literally everything. For now, we're starting with a romance book. This is the start of a lakefront billionaires. I haven't really super loved Lord Asher's books in the past, although I do credit that woman for making me get into F1 because yep, a romance book series got me into F1. I just find like with her writing, like the relationship growth is just like so stunted to me for some reason. That always like jump scares me. If that happens in this book, then it's a no for me, sharks. However, I'm ready to be pleasantly surprised because why is everyone obsessed with it? Okay, good morning. I'm here with a book update. I think I'm 40% of the way through Love Redesigned. Kind of like childhood frenemies. Like something happened between them in college. It's like that trope. There was a terrible mistake and everything went wrong. We have Julian, like the billionaire. Julian's cousin. I think that he's gonna get like the next book, like single dad trope. Dahlia, who's like the girl, kind of like a celebrity designer, she comes back into town and then they basically end up trying to flip a house together. So that's what the book is about. The thing about this book is that I was just like debating whether or not I want to continue with this book. Maybe I should just like skip the scene because where I am in right now, they're like on a road trip and it's like one bed trope. You guys know that's my least favorite trope, one bed trope. I really don't like that trope at all. I don't want to read it. Don't want to read it. I just get so much secondhand embarrassment from it. Like, I just get so cringed out like so easily. It's so bad. I think I'm just gonna skim read the rest of this book. 57% of the way through, and this just turned into a friends with benefit situation. You guys know how I feel about that. I want to see the burn. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't know. If in the next clip I finish the book, then just know that I decided to commit to it. But if I change the book, self-preservation. Finish Love Redesigned. Oh my god, I skim read that house so bad. I ended up with a 3 stars, so not a 5-star. The search continues. Lauren Asher definitely isn't the author for me. There's like zero subtext in the writing. So after I finished that, I ended up on to my next read. It's one that I started reading a long time ago and then I put it down. And it's Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This is like her newest book. It's like the start of her new book series that's like not a Shadowhunter book. It's basically about a boy named Kel. He was like an orphan and then he's taken to the palace when he's like a little kid because he looks like the prince and he's meant to be the sword catcher. He dies in place of the prince if there's any assassination attempts or anything like that. That's basically all I knew about it. But then at the beginning there's just like nothing happening. But now I'm 40% of the way through and things are finally like picking up. 50% of the way through. Good news is that things are looking up. There are like maybe 5 characters who are all kind of the same age. I just know that all these hoes are fruity and I'm trying to figure out what the romances are. Okay guys, so I finished Swordcatcher. I've been vegetative all day yesterday and today. Okay, everyone say it with me now. The search continues for the 5-star because that book was not a 5-star. Let me rate it actually. I think it's got to work out to be a 3-star on average, which is so sad because I think that some of the relationships literally had 5-star potential. And you guys know that when I say 5-star book, what I actually mean is a 5-star romance, like a 5-star couple in a book. That is what makes it a 5-star for me. I have to be obsessed with the couple in it. We could have had Love Hexagon. We really only started seeing most of it at like maybe the 50 to 60% mark. And there was like one scene that actually like made me like feel something. I get like a zingy feeling in my body. I don't even know how to explain it. My friends all think that I'm a psychopath for it. And I slightly got that for this one particular section. Just like not for all of it, which is so sad because that zingy feeling, like I need it to have a 5-star. Like once I feel that zingy feeling when I'm reading about a couple, I literally sound like a psychopath. But unfortunately that was only for like one hot minute of it. And I have a romance that I'm rooting for, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that it's gonna be with this girl that I don't like. Outside of the romance though, didn't have like that wow factor. Like, on that note though, I actually just think a lot of books just don't have that anymore. Like they're not doing it like they were doing it in like the 2010s era when I was in middle school. I don't know how to explain it, but the girls who get it, get it. They were all laced with something. But somehow we like lost that. I don't really know. Maybe I'm the problem. I'm becoming jaded or something. However, I do like one of the characters a lot. I love Connor, like the prince, because he gives me like Will Herondale vibes. Like the tortured soul. Like he was like my favorite part of the book. Option 1 is to finish a book that I was in the middle of reading, which is Foul Heart Huntsman. This is the sequel to the Foul Lady Fortune series, and I loved Foul Lady Fortune. Oh, I'm only 19% of the way through. Why is this book so fat? I have 9 hours left of this book to read. Oh, why is it such a fat book? I feel like this actually has 5-star potential. Like I think the couple has 5-star potential based on the trope and their chemistry from like the last book. Wish me luck, everyone. Good fortune, Toby. As per usual, I've been wasting away the day. I'm halfway through Foul Heart Huntsman now. Like look at what I just highlighted. Literally that entire page. I knew that Chloe Gong would never disappoint me. I think that what she does with her books that I miss that are not done nearly enough. Having like a whole ensemble cast of characters. There's literally 3 couples right now. I just love Rosalind and Orion. They have like the best slow burn. I'm gonna try to finish this today actually. Guys, am I inadvertently having the best hair day ever? Finish Foul Heart Huntsman. I think the last 3 books I've read, I've literally read them in like a day. I think I ended up giving Foul Lady Fortune 4 stars. I feel like realistically it's like a 3.5. You know what I found with like the books that I've been reading? Not just for this video, but just recently all the time. I'm just like skim reading so much. I don't know if my attention span has like gotten lower or something like that. That could be it, low-key. It's been a long time since I've read a book where I like held on to every single word on the page. Which brings us to the next book, The Severed Tower by J. Barton Mitchell. The second book in a series. The first book is Midnight City. And Midnight City was actually like a 5-star book for me, like high school, like grade 9 or 10, maybe even earlier than that. I remember it being really vivid. I had so much like the zingy feeling in my body because of the couple in it, and I've reread that book so many times. I probably reread it like annually every time I feel like I'm in a book slump. You know what, let me read the second book because the first book was a 5-star. I actually heard that the writer J. Barton Mitchell, he comes from a background of screenwriting, which makes a lot of sense to me because it's like super action-packed and everything is super vivid. It's like a post-apocalyptic like alien called the Assembly. They've like taken over the world, and like the premise of it is like they released the tone, which is like anyone over the age of like 18, like anyone like adult age, they like succumb to the tone, basically like being brainwashed. And then like the older that you get, the more that you can like see it in people's eyes. We have the main character Mira, and she is like almost succumbing to the tone, and then we have Holt, who's like one of the rare few who's immune to it. And then they come across a crash site, and there's a little girl who they rescue named Zoe, and that hoe is the trope of like humanity's last hope. I just love a good like physical quest trope. Started last night, and I will indeed say that it does have that like addictive writing quality. I think that like an X is coming. Throwing me off though because he has the same name as someone that I know in real life. I hate when books like that happens in books. I have hope. The first book was a 5-star. Let's see how this book is. Literally later in the day, I'm a quarter of the way through The Severed Tower now, but that's not why I'm on here. I came on here to say that I'm having a mental breakdown. Like I'm on the verge of like a hyperfixation breakdown. I can feel it. I forgot that the Disney Plus adaptation of Percy Jackson, like the first 2 episodes came out. So of course I had to watch it. I literally finished watching it, and then I went onto TikTok and I saw basically a TikTok of Walker and Leah, who plays Percy and Annabeth, of them like talking with Lover by Taylor Swift playing over top. It awoke like the gene, and it is making me have a mental breakdown now because I just want the best childhood friends to lover story, slow burn of all time, making me really want to read a book that gives that. And now I'm mad. And now I'm losing my mind because I want that feeling. I need your guys' best book recommendation. This exact feeling of like 2 people are destined to fall in love. Okay, they're about to have an epic love story, meeting each other for the first time. Like I really want that feeling so bad. No, because of it I can't even focus on my book anymore. Even though it is a good book, I can't even focus on it because of stuff like this. Am I okay? What's happening? Like what do I do? Let me sort myself out. I might go Christmas shopping actually. Okay, I'm back from my emotional breakdown shopping spree. I just bought Christmas gifts for all my family members. Low-key, I don't know how I'm gonna transport all of that. That one book that I love, the best book of 2023 for me. I discovered that there's actually a novella in that series. But one thing about me is that I love novellas. I think my most reread book of all time probably is the 4 novella from the Divergent series. I've read Divergent once. I've read 4 probably every single year. Every single year since I walked out of that movie theater and Theo James changed my life. Oh, it's called Drift. I think I love novellas because normally it's like about this random side romance, and you guys know that I always love a side romance more than the main romance. And then if they get a novella, that's my Super Bowl. I didn't realize that was the end. I was literally just reading it, enjoying myself, and then I turned the page and it's the about the author. I mean, it was a fun novella. I enjoyed myself. I think I'll rate it like a 4 stars, filled with tropes that I think are cute, like feminism leaves my body for 30 minutes while I read novellas like that where it's like he's protecting her and like stuff like that, but it's like not cringy. I hate cringy. Oh my gosh guys, I literally forgot to vlog and now I have to go leave for board game night with my friends. I ended up going with Children of the Fox, and I started it last night at like probably like midnight, and now I'm halfway through the book. It's literally like a little Six of Crows. I definitely am gonna try to finish it. That 50% went through like it was nothing. Okay, tell everyone, sorry, I'm not showing more than this because my hair looks crazy. Here's a little glimpse. I finished Children of the Fox. Wasn't a 5-star, but I think that the series actually might have 5-star potential depending on how obsessed I am with the couple that's starting in this book. I'm gonna start the next book immediately, which is Seekers of the Fox. It is the butt crack of dawn. It's 6 a.m. My sisters and I are driving up to my parents. Book update for you guys before we go. Did end up finishing the second book, Seekers of the Fox. I just wanted to know what happened with the couple. For the last book, Champions of the Fox, I literally just went and I just skimmed through it. Just read all the scenes that they have together. I wasn't invested enough in the storyline to like fully read the series. So it's not a 5-star, but I still like the couple and I would still recommend it. I ended up impulsively getting this audiobook for the drive up here because I forgot that I get motion sickness when I try to read in the car. It's Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. And it's been on my TBR since like last year. About a girl named Hazel, and she's like wanting to be like a surgeon or a doctor or something. And then I think it's a love story between her and then this grave digger named Jack, I think. I literally only just started, so it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. Actually, Christmas is like almost over now. 50% of the way through Anatomy, a Love Story. I was listening to the audiobook, but then I fell asleep. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star read just because I'm not super attached to the characters in like that zingy, like obsessive way. I'm looking crustier and crustier as this video goes on. Finished Anatomy. I ended up giving it 3 stars, which is sad because I actually think it had like 4-star potential. I think it's a good book and it's a fun story. Fortunately, I just didn't care about either of the characters. The tension buildup between them like wasn't there. I started a new book, Forging Silver into Stars by Bridget Kemmerer. One of my favorite authors. Like she's written some of my favorite 5-star books, but all contemporary. Like I don't think she's writing any contemporary anymore, which is so sad. Browsing through her Goodreads in the hopes, you know, it's like, you know, when you like open your fridge, there's nothing good. You close it, open the pantry, nothing good. You open the fridge again, hoping that there's gonna be something else. I do that with her Goodreads account, but I saw this. It's actually a spin-off book to the Cursed Breaker series. And like the main characters from that series make appearances here like after the series is done. But I don't really care about being spoiled or anything like that. These are just all new characters to me, but I don't really care. I'll figure it out. I don't know if it's a love triangle, but there's definitely a romance in here. Here to say that this video is finally ending. I did in fact find a 5-star book. It's not the book that I was reading when I last talked to you guys. Finished that book. I ended up giving it a 3-star. I didn't realize that the events from the first series was gonna play such a big part in this. I thought that it was kind of just gonna be a non-issue or like it was just gonna be info dumped and that was like very okay with me. But no, it was actually quite pertinent, which obviously I didn't know about and I didn't care about. It's all these characters. I had no idea who they were. I slept at like 6 a.m. last night because I was moron and took a nap, like a cool like 5-hour nap. In the middle of the day, I couldn't go to sleep. I was laying in bed, literally having a mental breakdown because I wanted a book, like a good book. I was so desperate. I couldn't decide what I wanted. And so then what I ended up reading, which was the 5-star book of this video. And it's actually the 100th book of this year. And New Year's is tomorrow. So how poetic. And I ended up finishing that book just now without telling anyone. It's Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. And my favorite line from this book, the ending thesis to it, if this speaks to you, pick up this book right now. Nearly everything I know about love I've learned in my long-term friendships with women. Never has a line ever been so perfectly written to describe my very existence. Maybe the true 5-star book was the friends you made along the way. Finally, that's the end for this video. Please let me know what your most recent 5-star book was. That's enough for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Follow me on my socials. They're all linked in the description and I'll see you all in the next one. Good fortune, Toby.